Welcome, YouTubers, to another Nanatsu No Taizai Chapter review. For this segment, we're going to be talking about Nanatsu Chapter 177. For this chapter was the most heartbreaking chapter of it all. Or I should say the more suspenseful chapter as well. For this chapter actually brought down tears, suspense, a gasp of air. Nothing that you haven't experienced at all in this whole entire series. For Meliodas is dead! Yes, Meliodas is dead! For some strange reason, Nakaba didn't go with that same shonen route where the main hero wins and triumphs over it all. No! In reality, Nakaba went and straight and killed the main character. Now that is a complete shocker to me because of the fact that, holy snap, Meliodas was the strongest demon, as you could say, against all the 10 Commandments. But now he's gone. There is no hope to survive against this brutal onslaught. Because of the fact that in this chapter we're introduced that demons have 7 hearts. Now that explains why all the demons here, they can't die. So apparently you have to kill them 7 times in order to truly kill a demon. Now Esterosa was on the onslaught, where the fact that he has this technique called rebellion, and he actually, what I could say is, he creates 7 swords, and from these 7 swords, he just stabs Meliodas 7 times throughout the whole entire chapter. Now, the reason I'm saying that, that Esterosa now is completely the most strongest character in this series, because of the fact that the whole chapter was so suspenseful, where Bon actually was trying to hold on against Esterosa. He was literally putting him in a chokehold throughout the whole entire time, and you're here gasping, you're here in, like, your eyes are going to be completely trapped on this chapter because of the fact that Esterosa is stabbing Bon while Bon is holding him back. You're almost close to tears because of the fact that Bon is trying his best. Bon really did try his best. He used his ultimate techniques, his Fox Fest, his Fox Hunt. He was taking as much. He was flexing. Like, you could tell Nakaba was showing that Bon was really trying. His character design was actually showing that he was struggling. But no, still at the end of the day, Bon did not succeed, and that's what really killed it for a lot of people. I know a lot of people I know some people are with it killing Meliodas because of the fact that it would go perfect, but I know a lot of people are also going with the same fact that because of the fact that Meliodas is dead. Now, I personally like it because that keeps us in suspense. And I'm wondering how they're going to do this as well. How are they going to bring it to the later chapters? How are they going to defeat the 10 Commandments? Because in the next chapter, it's called Dark Britannia. So now we know that the demons are now controlling all of Britannia. And remember, I forgot which one of the 10 Commandments is in control of Camelot. So we are getting a lot of character progression here. A lot of the side characters, I'm assuming, are going to get a lot of more focus on these later chapters because of the fact that I feel like there's going to be a time skip. I feel like Nakaba is really going to go with a time skip here. Or he's actually going to, I would say, create a new mission for the 7 Sins in order to save Meliodas. Because looking at this chapter, man, we could not see that coming, that Meliodas was going to die. So now we're going to be going with the fact that how is Meliodas going to survive? How are they going to bring him back from the dead? What is going on? What exactly is Nakaba's going to be doing throughout these chapters? Because the fact that you got to remember, King, he is strong, but I don't think he can hold himself very well against all the 10 Commandments. Gauther, we still are a little bit in the mysterious side, I would say, or kept in the loop because of the fact that he is a part of the original 10 Commandments. But maybe they're gonna actually, I would say later, this is like just pure speculating that maybe they might go and bring back his memories as well. Because the way that I see it with Gauther is that I feel like he doesn't remember anything. He's emotionless, and maybe there's a stronger power within him. Maybe that's why he hasn't done nothing. Because remember, this guy can literally control people's minds. He's like the Professor Xavier in this series, but with no memory whatsoever, which makes it think that Gauther is pretty strong. It's just that he's being shackled by Meliodas. But that's for another speculation right there, in the fact that as to what Nakaba is going to do for power-ups for later on in the chapters. Merlin is still trapped with if I remember correctly, one of the demons, Galan, if I remember correctly. So Merlin is still out of the picture unless they kill Galan himself. Because remember, Galan is not really dead, as you could say. He's just frozen. Bond, of course. I'm sorry to say, but man, Bond's character was so perfect. The way that Nakaba was really writing him off in these chapters going on, is that, you know, that nakama power, you know, it was kind of going along with that fairy tale aspect where Bond really was gonna save Meliodas, but you could tell Nakaba was like, forget fairy tale, you know, F this, F that. We're gonna make this my written style. This is gonna be my own version of the Seven Deadly Sins. And the way he did is, even Bond was obliterated himself. Of course, remember, he still drank the fountain of youth, so he's gonna come back. But just the fact that you could tell that Esterosa is really overpowered. He overpowered Bond at his strongest peak too. So that's what you can tell. Esterosa is probably either the strongest Ten Commandments demon as well, since we're showing in this series so far, or it's just he has really strong magic, you could say. But we just still don't know what else that Esterosa can whoop out at the same time, because Bond was literally obliterated. He was even in tears trying to save Meliodas. That chapter was really dramatic. This chapter this chapter brings the cake now. You know, it fed me well today, knowing the fact that I can't wait for the next week's chapter right there. And I'm hoping you viewers out there as well are hoping for the next chapter as well. But I'm loving also the fact that the comment section for the Nanatsu No Taizai, that they bring back the seven Dragon Balls. Let's bring back Meliodas. And I'm here thinking, oh, that can't be the case. If Nakaba does go along something like that with a DBZ route, that would be kind of hilarious, and a pun on DBZ as well, which could happen as well. I'm not saying it can't happen, not with the Dragon Ball aspect. I'm just saying the overall theme. He could go along with that, but you got to remember, even at the end of the chapter, it kind of signified that this whole arc is finished. It's moving on to another arc now, because of the fact that Meliodas is dead. And that scene where Meliodas was shown that he was dead, it was very impactful to viewers. 7 swords just jammed in his chest, stomach, you know, just this rib cage. It kind of hurts to look at that picture too. He looks so peaceful sleeping there, but just those swords jammed in his heart is just very hard to watch right there. And also the fact that they even showed Elizabeth crying. She was in tears. Oh no, not Meliodas. It can't be him. And you know, we can't even see that. Maybe the goddess clan can't even heal that. Of course, because you know, if I remember correctly, Elizabeth they have to be alive, if I remember, in order for her powers to work, or at least have some brink of life in them. Now, if I remember correctly, Hawk did die, but I wouldn't say die, but he was like near death. I'm not too sure, but I remember he did die from like this attack from snow, if I remember correctly. It was like a snow attack from one of the platinum or super high ranks soldiers, and when he attacked Hawk, Hawk died, and Elizabeth brought it back with one of her tears or powers. So we're not too sure if Elizabeth's gonna bring Meliodas back. That's still another speculation right there. It's completely strange at the fact that Elizabeth is not using her powers. Maybe she will. I'm not too sure. I'm just still shocked the fact that Meliodas is dead. But maybe she will. Or maybe after this chapter, they're going to go back to Camelot or wherever. I believe, yeah, not Camelot. I think it was somewhere in Britannia where Meliodas was fighting Dreyfus in their first encounter. Because remember, the horn of one of the goddesses is there, and maybe Bond is gonna go back and actually talk to one of the goddesses clan and say, "Can you bring back Meliodas? I know this is a lot to ask for, but can you bring Meliodas back?" The reason I'm speculating this is the fact that, because remember, Bond was gonna bring back Elaine, but Elaine, in order for bring back Elaine, there has to be like some sort of sacrifice or something along the line that's going to happen like that. We don't know that yet. But Nakaba could write that off in it as well, because of the fact that, you know, this is a higher issue that needs to be alarmed and finished as well in the Nanatsu No Taizai universe. And you got to remember also at the fact that the Goddess Clan seems to be the only one that goes on par with the Demon Clan. which kind of sucks at the same fact because there's not that really many there's not that many goddesses clans out there in this world. Like so far, that's only shown is just Elizabeth. But I mean, her strength isn't really, I would say, combat abilities. More, I would say, like medical use. That's about it. Nothing more, nothing else. Maybe Elizabeth might get some kind of combat use, or maybe her power has some other kind of technique that she can use. We're not too sure. That's still some speculation right there, and it's in itself right there. Like I said, there's so much ideas and speculation going on. This chapter is just it's just like I said, it's just so dramatic. You're thinking like, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Come on, Nakaba, what are you doing to us? What are you doing to us readers right here? Holy snap! And you gotta remember, King, maybe he can use you could say the blood from the fountain of youth to maybe heal, I would say, Meliodas, and use Bond's blood, because I know Bond his blood has the fountain of youth in order to maybe heal him, but we don't know yet. There's another speculation myself. I'm just like naming ideas of maybe what's going to happen as well. But another idea is maybe you could say Meliodas split himself with his sword, because I know his sword has the capability of making copies and clones. Maybe he did that, but you gotta remember, if I remember correctly, the Ten Commandments kind of sealed him, so we don't know if maybe that might have been the case, that he might have sealed. He went underground and the whole time he was fighting, but that can't be the case right there. So we gotta move on to another theory, and maybe that's just, like I said, the sins getting stronger in order to fight the Ten Commandments. Because remember, Meliodas is the only one that's been like really holding the Ten Commandments back. I gotta say, which I have to respect Meliodas because of the fact that he really holds off against 10 of them. A 10. Wow. Imagine this, when they're gonna animate this arc, it's gonna be so beautiful because of the fact that Meliodas is just really gonna wreak some damage against his Ten Commandments. The animation is gonna be superb. I can't wait till Netflix or whichever animation studio is working on this to actually animate this, because it's gonna be really beautiful. I hope they don't censor it as well, because this arc seems to be really graphic, is down to the core. I mean, just look at it. Look at Meliodas in this chapter. He got stabbed 7 times by Esterosa. Jesus. Woo. Meliodas needs Jesus in this chapter. That's what he needs. Where's the Christians at? I swear. But no, continuing on in this chapter, we also get, I would say, some light aspect to it was the fact that you can say that there really was no light. No light subject in this chapter. It was just pure dramatic. I'm so sorry. Pure drama slaughter. Right there. Yikes. But that's it for today's chapter. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this whole entire chapter. I certainly was amazed at this chapter. Let me know, what do you guys think is going to be the 7 Sins next issue? What do they think they're going to do to save Meliodas? Do you guys think Meliodas is still alive? I personally think he's actually dead. Do you guys think Elizabeth her power will actually heal Meliodas? Do you guys think that can happen? That's a possibility at the same time. Do you guys think they're going to go back to Camelot or wherever, back in Britannia, if I remember correctly? They're going to go talk to one of the goddesses clan and use that. Do you guys also think of the fact that should Bond use some of his Fountain of Youth to give to Meliodas to heal him? That could also be a helpful case. We don't know if Bond can do that. But lay down your theories and speculations down in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think about this whole entire chapter. But like I said, if you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. But this is Mr. Zen signing out.